Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Anthony Merlo, the head football coach at Lapeer. Anthony, how are you?
Doing well. How you doing?
Doing well. How was the summer for you guys? And now we are officially into the season with the first day being today. Well, how was the summer for you guys?
Summer was good. Some good opportunity just to get stronger, get faster, get a little bit smarter with football. Thought we had a really good 2 months and just getting ready to go now.
Okay. How was last week for you guys? Did you give the kids the week off, or did you bring them in for conditioning and stuff like that? Because I know that every team does something different with that stuff.
We had the week off. It's one of our few weeks that we have in the summer that our kids can kind of go away with their families, have some vacation time. So give the opportunity to do that. We still had kids that got together themselves and threw a little bit, lifted a little bit, ran a little bit on their own, what they wanted to do. So, I'm lucky to have a good core of seniors and juniors who've been with us for a while, and they can do a lot of the stuff that we do, and just get themselves prepared in the best way that they saw for the season.
Absolutely. Okay, so what is the outlook for Lapeer football in 2025?
I'm excited to see what we're going to be. I think we're very talented on the outside. Our receivers, our backs. I think we're pretty deep there. Our line is always what's going to kind of dictate what we do, both offensively and defensively. Our big goal every game is to run the ball and stop the run, and our line is a big part of that. So I'm excited to see how we're going to grow up front. We have some fresh faces there, some big shoes to fill. Losing some seniors last year, but I'm looking for some really great things out of this group, and just excited to get started and have the opportunity to do so today.
All right. So let's talk about some of the names and faces to watch out for Lapeer this season.
Yeah, I mean, so we have offensively, we have quite a few starters coming back. Up front, Jace Fuller, Gerald Signs, and Richard DeMar come back for us on the O line. Cam Vanacek's back for us at quarterback. Really look for him to take a leap in his second year there. He's had a great summer. Lincoln Hensel was our H back, and he's going to be back. From his sophomore to now his junior year. Looking at him be a little bit more dynamic in how we play, and then on the outside, Will Fisher, who'll be a 3-year starter for us. Kind of does everything for us. Is back, and Evan Hornbeck too. So we're very lucky offensively to have quite a few pieces coming back, along with adding some new names to that. Preston Henley at running back for us. I think he's a kid that can really take a good step. So offensively, really excited we have there, and then defensively, we got guys like Carson Oleniziak will be a 3-year starter for us at linebacker. Jace Fuller will be back, 3-year starter on our D line, along with playing some offensive line. A lot of the guys I mentioned on offense to help us a little bit on defense. Evan Pretty is coming back, be a 2-year starter for us on the defensive side. Not quite as experienced on that side of the ball. We lost a lot of seniors. I think we had 9 seniors start for us last year on defense. But really excited for the new face we have, the summer that we've had, and even going back into the winter of some of these young guys, learning what we're doing and really buying into our system. And I'm excited to see where we are, especially on the defense side of the ball, as we get into practice with pads on and seeing us actually be able to hit now, and all those things.
Yeah. So now of course, we talked about some of the returning players. Now let's talk about the upcoming schedule. Of course, all starts on the 28th with St. Clair Shores Lakeview on the road. Week 2 will be home against Goodrich. Week 3, September 12th at Saginaw United. September 19th, home against Flint Carman Ainsworth. September 26th, home against Saginaw Heritage. October 3rd at Grand Blanc. October 11th, home against New Lenox Lincoln Way West out of Illinois. October 17th at Midland Dow, and finishing out the regular season, October 24th at Davison. So a pretty good schedule. The SVL is going to be pretty competitive this year, and also you're playing a team from Illinois.
Yeah, no, I mean we're excited the schedule that we have. We talk all the time that pressure is a privilege. Um, there's not a game on our schedule that's an easy game. Like you said, the SVL. I put that up with pretty much any other league in the state. I coached the OA Red for 5 years at Stony Creek, and it's SVL is just as competitive as the OA Red is. I really believe that. We have some really top end teams, and we get to play those. Our non-conference, like Lakeview's a great challenge for us. Week one, having to prepare for the full house tee is always a challenge. Playing Goodrich, who's coming off a state championship last year. Um, then like you said, our week seven against a team that from Illinois. They had a pretty good year last year in Illinois. I think they lost to the Illinois State runner-up in their playoff game and their regionals. So, challenge, but we love that challenge. We want to measure ourselves against the best every week to get ourselves prepared to move on. And every week's going to be a challenge, but we like that. We want to embrace that and roll with that.
Absolutely. So, obviously, with practice starting today, of course, this is being recorded on Monday. Um, what are the next 2 weeks going to be like for the Lightning?
Just 2 weeks, just really focusing on us, getting attention to detail, making sure that our fundamentals are right, what we're doing offensively and defensively, just really focusing on the little things. That's all that we can control at times. And going out there being physical and um, having fun, right? Enjoying playing football, being with each other. And I tell our guys the best time of the year because all it is football, right? Our kids aren't in school yet. The only thing they have to worry about right now is football and doing that. So go out there, have some fun. Really, like I said, focus on our fundamentals, focus on us, and get ourselves prepared for this long grind that is the high school football season.
Absolutely. And it all starts today. So, Anthony, thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck to the Lightning this season.
I appreciate it. Thank you.